Hi, I'm Bill, and I suffer from shiny object syndrome. I do, and I am literally one of the worst. It all began back in grade school, back in the late '60s. Yes, in grade school in the late '60s. It's a long time ago. I got a new bike, a brand new bike, and I was so excited about it. I was ready. You could drive your bike to school, and I was so excited to ride my bike to school and show my bike to everybody and everything like that. But there was one small problem with the bike. Now, these were the bikes that had the high-rise handlebars that go way up like this and had the banana seat, and the front wheel was just slightly smaller than the back wheel to give it that hot rod kind of a look, and it was really, really cool. But I remember that the fenders on mine were painted white, and everybody else at school, theirs were chrome. Theirs were shiny. Mine was white. And it was at that point I realized I needed to have chrome fenders. Chrome fenders. Not the white ones. Not the white ones. The chrome ones. So I could be just as cool as everybody else. And did I get them? No. My bike stood out as being something just a little bit less. And because of that, I started down the path of shiny object syndrome. In high school, I didn't have a car. Others had cars, but did I have a car? No. No. Why would I have a car? I didn't have a car when I went to college. I didn't have a car until my senior year of college. And when I did, you know what I had? Do you know what I had? I had a Honda Civic, a 1970-something Honda Civic. It was a hatchback, which doesn't really matter. Was it cool? No. Did it run? Yes, it was a Honda. But was it cool? No. No, wasn't cool. I had a friend who was my roommate one semester. He had an MG. Yes, a two-seat midget. It was cool. Everybody wanted that car. Nobody wanted to go with me. I had a Honda Civic. The only difference between the Honda Civic and the MG was the MG didn't start in the wintertime because it was in a parking lot in Canada. And they just don't start very well in the wintertime. And my Honda Civic, of course it would start. But it was a Honda Civic. It wasn't an MG. It carried on and carried on and carried on until it got to the point where I am now, with shiny object syndrome, where I have risen to the status of poster child. I am the poster child for shiny object syndrome. That's me. Now, just let me share with you exactly what it is shiny object syndrome is. It's that you think you need to have something in order to be successful. And when I'm talking about being successful online or just showing up online or doing stuff online like this, do you need all this stuff? No. Is it cool to have it? Sure. But do you need it starting out? No. Here's some of the things that I thought I needed. And some of them, yeah, maybe I do need it. But did I need it when I bought it? No. I have lights like this, lights on stands that stand really tall, and they're really cool, and they work really well. But you know what? For the past 2 years, they've been packed up in a case under my bed in the bedroom. Have I used them? Once or twice. Did I need them? No. Did I spend a lot of money on them? At the time, I should have spent my money on something else, or not spent it at all, but I suffer from shiny object syndrome. So you know what I have now? I have Elgato key lights. They're cool. I like them. But was one enough? No. One was not enough. I have two of them. And I could just use a webcam. I mean, a webcam's great, or even, you try to avoid the camera that's attached to the laptop. But I don't have a laptop that I use. I have a Mac Mini because, well, I thought I needed a second computer, but I really didn't. But you should use a webcam at the very least. And you can get Logitech webcams. They're not that much of a cost, and they're versatile, and they're pretty decent starting out. But no, I needed a mirrorless. Now, I don't have this camera because that would be really cool, but this camera is $800 or so. I have a camera that's only $400. Did I need it? Is it cool? Yes, it's cool. Did I need it? No, not really. Not necessarily. But I also have a second camera, but I've got one of these as well, just as a backup to my Logitech camera that I also have, and my DSLR, which I'm looking at right here, which is really cool. It gives really good resolution. Do you need it to start out? No. No, don't be like me. Don't spend the money if you don't need to. Now, I also have what's called an Elgato Stream Deck. It's a Stream Deck. And it's a bunch of keys that you can program where you can push buttons and do stuff like I'm actually doing. I'm pushing buttons and making it look really cool. And I've got this Elgato Stream Deck, but did I need it? Not necessarily, but I've got it. You know what I didn't need? I didn't need this one. I didn't need the 32-button one. The 16-button one was fine, but I have the 32-button one that I'm using right now. The 16-button one is still there. And am I using it right now? No. Do I need it? Not necessarily. Not really. I also have an Elgato Prompter, a brand new teleprompter, fresh off the market just a few months ago. You're on a waiting list to get one of these. I was lucky. I got one in December, and people in December that ordered them were waiting till February or even March. Maybe still don't have them yet. Do I need it? It's cool. It works really well, but do I need it? Not necessarily. No, I really don't actually need it, because I have shiny object syndrome. Sometimes I just can't say no. I just can't talk myself down off the ledge. Maybe somebody needs to help me. Do I have a green screen? Yes. Yes, I do. I have a green screen. I also have a sheet. I spent as much money trying to make a green screen as I did buying this green screen. And do I have it? Yes, just to show you. See, there it is. I've got it. But do I need it? No, not necessarily. Do you need it? No, not really. You just need to go live. You just need to press the button and go live and share what you have in your heart and what you're passionate about, and what you're trying to serve your customers with. Do you need all this other stuff? No, you don't. Don't get shiny object syndrome. Don't be like me, because I have this microphone. I used this microphone for years. This is a Blue Yeti, and you can get one. They work. They're real well. And I've got this very microphone. I have this one. It's now a backup. There's nothing wrong with it. It's now a backup in case this one breaks. Why would this one break? I don't know. I don't know. But I've got it. And it's cool. It's really, really cool. And I'm using it right now. And you can hear me just fine. Just like if I'd used the first one. I have a problem, people. I have shiny object syndrome. When I went from the laptop, I needed a second monitor. So I got a second monitor. So I had the laptop monitor and the second monitor. But then I thought, if I had another monitor, I could close my laptop and just use these two monitors. Now, do I have this? Yes. Yes, I have all of these things. I'm drowning in shiny object syndrome. Now, are these cool to have? Absolutely. You can do so many amazing things with them. But do you need them? No. No, you don't. You don't need these. You don't need these at all. Now, in order to plug all these stupid things in, you have to have a docking port, because it just all doesn't fit into going into any laptop or even a desktop for that matter. So you have to have a docking port, and it's money as well. It just keeps going and going and going. I will literally show you that there is my Stream Deck, and there is my Stream Deck that I'm not using right now. And here's monitor A and monitor B, and yeah, so you got two lights. I'm only using one of the lights right now. Are you kidding me? And then there's the stuff that I haven't shown you, like my my Mac Mini that I've got attached to the wall with stuff coming out of it. And here and there, I've got the wireless keyboard. I have a wired keyboard, but why would I use it when I have the wireless keyboard? I have the wired one as a backup, which is an excuse for people having shiny object syndrome. This one works, but if I had the other one, then I'd have a backup. I have a backup for my backups. It's kind of sad, actually. Here's my other camera, which is hanging around right there. It's a good question why I even use it at times. And of course, my green screen, which is behind me. Yeah. Now, I haven't even showed you the 55-inch television that I've got in here. Why would I even use that? Well, I can hook it up to my computer and have a monster monitor. But then again, is it necessary? No. Not necessary. And of course, there's a printer, because every office needs a printer. Come on. So yeah, I suffer from shiny object syndrome, S.O.S. And don't be this, because if you have something to share, all you need to do is hold up your camera, push go live or whatever it is, whatever platform you're on, and go live. And share your passion and share your ideas. Clearly I have some passion for all of this stuff and learning all of this stuff, but do you need it starting out? No. Is it easy having all this stuff? No. And if you're talking about an easy online impact, you don't need all of this stuff. You just need to start by pressing play, and don't buy stuff if you can't afford it. I speak from experience. I am the poster child of shiny object syndrome. But I also have another condition, and that's T.S.A. And you're thinking that condition has to do with people at the airport, with security that you just don't like. You don't like them, and I don't like them. Why would we like these? Why would we like this? Right? T.S.A. does not stand for that. T.S.A. stands for technology separation anxiety. Now, technology separation anxiety you've had when you go to the bathroom and you don't have your phone with you. You might miss something. You have a fear of missing out. And so you have to have your technology with you all the time. I'm a man, I've found that I don't spend half the time in the bathroom if I don't take any electronics with me. I admit that I have shiny object syndrome, and I'm recovering from that to some degree, but I also have technology separation anxiety because I have a fear of missing out. Now, here's what you need to realize, and you need to get very close with this one. All of these are excuses for not sharing the knowledge and the passion that you have. They're all excuses. If only I had this, I would do better. Right? It's an excuse. If only I had this, if I've used all the excuses, and I've got all of the equipment to share with you, all of my excuses. If only I had this, I would do better. Come on. Excuses. Because I want to be perfect doing this. Now, is this live stream perfect? Probably not. Probably not perfect at all. But we all strive for perfectionism. And some of us, I just want it to be perfect so it will be absolutely fantastic and everybody will enjoy it. And I'll do it. I'll start next week. I'll do it next week because I want it to be better next week. I want it to be as close to perfection as possible. And perfectionism, well, perfectionism is an excuse, and it all comes down to procrastination. And that's the bottom line of all of this. If only I had this, then I'll do better. If only I had that, then I'll do better. And guess what? All you really need to do is just start. Just start and stop stopping. I heard somebody say that, and I like it. Just start and stop stopping. Just keep going. Just keep going. Do you need all this stuff? No. You don't need all this stuff. You don't need any of this stuff. You just need your phone and you to go live. That's as easy. That's the easy online impact. That's the easiest thing that you can do, is doing that. I suffer from shiny object syndrome. Don't be like me. Don't catch the bug. It's expensive. It really is. And you don't need to go there. You don't need to do that. So please don't. Separate yourself from shiny object syndrome. Don't worry about T.S.A. Don't worry about F.O.M.O. Just get online and share your passion. Just press play. Make that recording, get it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. And guess what? It won't be perfect. Because if you try to get it perfect, you'll never make it. You'll never get there. So do yourself a favor. Get as far away from shiny object syndrome as possible. Go ahead and do it. Only when you can afford it. Under the description down below, I actually have a link where I'm not asking for an email or a name. Just a link that takes you to a doc that shows you all this stuff that I've got that you can get for yourself. And I urge you to click on that, take a look at that, download that one-page document and look at it and hold it up and say to yourself, I don't need that right now. I don't need that right now. And you don't. You don't need it right now. So don't get it. But if you do think you need it and you can afford it and you're already started and you're already not stopping and you may think you might need it, all of these are my recommendations. And you're thinking, well, now, Bill, that's very counterproductive. You're telling everybody not to get shiny object syndrome and you're holding all the shiny objects out in front of us. Yeah, I am. But you have much better self-control than I do. And on that page, it'll tell you don't buy it if you don't need it and don't get it if you can't afford it. Just don't do it. But you do need to start, and you need to stop stopping and stop making excuses. You don't need the next best thing. You just need to be you and share what you've got online with other people. So just so you know, I am Bill McConnell with the Conquer Yourself Project. And I'm excited just to share with you guys every week from my shiny, shiny object office. I now call it a studio. Are we impressed? Doesn't really matter. But just start and stop stopping and keep moving forward. And if you like, you can comment, you can share. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Have a great week and don't spend money on stuff you don't need.